All right, hi everybody. Jimmy's pro tip today is lighting charcoal briquettes with just newspaper. A lot of times you'll find yourself out of lighter fluid and you don't know what to do, you don't want to run to town. I'm going to show you how to do it with just newspaper and a lighter. All right, the first step you're going to want to do is get some of your local newspaper. You're going to want to open it up as a full, just like so. Usually you get 3 or 4 sheets all together like this. Just about, 3 or 4 sheets. Next, you go grab one corner and you roll the sheet up like this. And then you're making a newspaper knot. Just like that. Newspaper knot. Rolling up newspaper knots. This newspaper knot, I learned, my dad, growing up, we had a wood stove. He always made these newspaper knots to start the fires with in the morning, in the winter, and stuff like that. And it occurred to me when I started doing grilling on these charcoal grills that a newspaper knot would work the same way for charcoal as it would for, firewood. So I started doing that. Now you're gonna want like 6 or 7 of these. But then you're gonna want to take the grate off your grill here. Next, you remove the lower grate that the charcoal briquettes get stacked on. And you can just set that aside. Now take your newspaper knots and you want to make sure your airflow is open in the bottom of your grill. And I usually set these around in a nice stack, a couple of the looser ones on the bottom, and then some of the tighter double knotted ones on the top, just in a nice little stack fashion. And you're getting kind of a built-up area of dense paper right in the middle. That's where you're going to want your long burning. Now you want to put your rack back on top, and if it's stacked a little high, that's fine. You can just push it down your hands till it's seated good. Then you want to add your charcoal briquettes. And I don't use any special brand. Usually it's the cheapest ones I can get. And I'm at the bottom of my bag, so there's always a bunch of crumbs. And you want to stack these up just over the middle, but you want to have a good space. You want that flame to come lick up in between each one. And this is kind of messy, but it's worth it when you're grilling on it and it's nice even heat. You can set some kind of in between here. You're just working on making a nice kind of teepee style. You want to think of just leaving a little space where some flame could sneak up next to it and just help light it. Because if the flame's just trapped underneath it, it's not going to light. Alright, now I like to use just a little lighter. You can use a cigarette lighter or something. And this thing's just nice to shoot down the flame down into between the cracks. And you just light one of these little ears off of your newspaper knots. And again, this is lighting it without any sort of assisted fuel or chemical. It's just charcoal, newspaper, and your lighter. Right, this is about 3 minutes into lighting the charcoal, and you can see there is a good amount of flame coming up and around those charcoal briquettes. Jackson, hi buddy, how you doing? You ready to eat? Yeah, you're a good boy. You can see down in there, it is extremely hot bed of flame just licking up through there. Very warm. All right, this is the charcoal, probably about 10 minutes since I lit it. Now what you want to do is just take these charcoal briquettes and just make like a nice even, oh, wow, that's hot. Nice even layout to cook your whatever you're cooking. Usually this much you can cook burgers or steak or chicken or something like that. All right, I've had the lid on. The temperature seems right. It was about 400 degrees with a little thermometer I have in the top of my grill lid. And I kept the vents open on the lid. So you're ready to grill on it. And we're just having burgers, just me and my wife. And we also have a few dogs, so I'm making them a little treat as well. Probably not good for them, but you know, it's only once in a while. And you can just hear it sizzling from a nice hot charcoal fire. And I haven't added any more briquettes or anything. This has just started with the newspaper knots, the briquettes in the video, and I'm grilling nicely on it. So this is a really effective way. And honestly, I don't even buy lighter fluid because there's no need for it. And they'll probably hate me for saying this. I use the cheapest charcoal, no lighter fluid, and just newspapers that probably you're gonna throw away anyway. So save yourself a few bucks.